Let's
And
go. Woo.
we are back to solve this case right now, right here, right now. Tonight. Okay, let's go.
Tonight.
At around 1 o'clock at night, I excused myself and left Master Belduke in his study. When I called him for breakfast in the morning, he did not respond. The door to his study was locked. A neighbor had come for a visit just then, so we forced the door open together. All the potions and other concoctions from the study have been confiscated. I wonder if they're being properly stored.
Potions and concoctions were confiscated?
The victim was an alchemist, after all. We're hoping the items confiscated from his study could provide some clues. Besides, such things must not fall into the wrong hands. May not be standard practice, but it was deemed necessary. The confiscated goods are stored in our secret vault. The only person who is with access to them is the High Inquisitor, Lady Darklaw.
It has caused me great difficulty, as I have not been able to put Master's research materials in order as a result.
The confiscated items shall be returned as soon as Sir Belduke's murder is resolved. Sure they will.
I shall be looking forward to that.
Defense, you may begin the interrogation.
Alright. We got this.
We're just gonna press on everything.
Sounds good. So you last saw him alive at 1 a.m., is that correct?
Yes. Master had a habit of conducting his experiments at night, so it was the usual time for me to finish my work.
Weren't you helping him with those experiments?
He would sometimes have some errands for me, but alchemists generally keep their experiments a secret. That's why I would always excuse myself at that time, unless Master had some of the tasks for me.
And that night, there was no more work for you?
That's correct. I wished Master a good night as I shut the door behind me, and then heard him lock the key. There was nothing unusual about him, at least nothing I noticed.
Hold it!
And what time was that?
Master would always take his breakfast at 9 a.m., so it was around that time.
So you didn't
feel
have
like
the
you've
key
gone
to Sir
baby mode.
Belduke's study, is that correct?
Yes, there's only one key to that room, and Master always kept it with him. Master's research was a very delicate matter, you see. We had to take strict measures to prevent outsiders from entering that room. Occasionally, delinquents would try to lick off with one or other of Master's medicaments.
Eve stealing from an alchemist? I can't tell if that's incredibly brave or incredibly stupid. Probably the latter.
That's why the door to that room is made from thick oak wood. I wouldn't have been able to force the door open on my own.
She couldn't have entered the room before that then.
Hold it!
Wait, you mean you broke the door?
The only key to that room was in Sir Belduke's pocket. The only way to enter the study was to break the door open.
And you managed that with the help of a neighbor who came to visit?
Yes, it wasn't a social visit, mind. He came as a patient.
A patient? Can you tell me more about him?
Objection!
The victim's neighbor is irrelevant. He has nothing to do with this case.
Really thought we were going like patient confidentiality, but sure. Ugh, I think you're pushing it this time. A witness is hardly irrelevant.
Ugh.
What's got him so shaken? He looks as if he just had a rush of blood to the head. Wait, was it him?
May have been.
Master Belduke is making very potent medicines, among other things. We get people coming from the town at all hours of the day or night asking for them. And yet, in return for all the help Master offered, people would gossip about him dabbling in witchcraft.
So you broke the door together with a neighbor?
Yes. When I explained the situation to him, he brought over an axe. Then he proceeded to attack the door with great force, smashing it into splinters.
I see. By the way, about that neighbor.
Hold it!
Who was the...
It's time for Emeer's grand entrance. Did you miss me, guys?
No.
Was it Emeer?
Order! Order! Could it be that it was you who... Where are you looking, old man? I'm right
Why are they all
here.
back?
And as for who I am,
Where are they all back?
What?
I'm the alchemist's neighbor and a witness in that case too.
Why?
Passions for justice seething within. Emeer is always at the crime scene.
Objection!
It's you again. You're the guy from earlier, right?
Yep, that's me. Emeer's the name. How you been, Bluey? I really like that show.
Ye-
You like that show?
Are you really the alchemist's neighbor? Also, no. Seriously?
I watch it with me kids. That definitely exist. I don't just watch a cartoon about little...
Yeah, Maya watches it all the time too.
Oh, okay. It's quite good. It's really one of the good kids. Anyway. Oh no, right? Freaking coincidence, okay? But yeah, his house is right next to mine. Yeah.
Ridiculed earlier, Emeer returns, drinking like a king he never ever learns.
That's why I tried to stop you from asking about the neighbor. Why so cold and at the bottom? You want a piece of this? Huh?
Unable to hold his steady cold gaze, Emeer drinks fast as if in a daze. And the musician standing next to you.
Ah, yeah, that's me private birdie. Right musical genius.
Hold on, hold on. Oh, dearie me.
Oh dearie me.
It's my emotional support bard. Well, no use shutting the stable door after the horse is bolted. Let us move on. Witness, since you're already here, you may as well add your testimony. Testify about what you witnessed on the morning after the crime. You can count on me!
And we.
It dawned... Oh, okay, wait. Yeah.
Yep.
It dawned on me then. The witch cast Familia, just like in this case. Pressing.
Hold it!
Can you tell me what caused that sudden realization?
Sure thing. When the Inquisitor came around, I went to have me a little peek at the crime scene. That's when I heard them talking about it. I was surprised because they must have come to the same conclusion as me. Crikey, they can do their job, them Inquisitors, I thought. It had to be Familia.
So he was eavesdropping.
If I happen to see that Familia user, I'll arrest them myself. Witness, you're testifying in court. Can you not restrain yourself a bit? Was that? Don't you see I gotta have this to keep my spirits up? It's the most potent medicine. Oh, oh, oh.
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney endorses alcoholism.
'Tis a drink Emeer lives to savor with an intoxicating scent and flavor. Also, it's antidepressants in this world. Anyway. This is a waste of time. I should be looking for decisive contradictions.
Witnesses, continue your testimonies. Yeah. Oh, wait, I forgot.
Yeah, I don't think we pushed on that.
We did not press on that.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright.
Sorry.
Mr. Wright?
I think we've read this. Oh, that's okay, is it? I wonder if it's just me, but oh, okay, no, this is new. But I've been thinking about Mr. Emeer's testimony. I think what he said is a little strange, isn't it?
Yeah, because Famalia wasn't used here.
Yeah. Yeah. How can I put it? It's pretty contradictory. He was so keen to testify, maybe we should give him some attention and point those contradictions out. What a good idea, Luke.
Yeah, so let's go to there and then...
Yeah. And then look at what we have. Right. And what do we have? I mean, we have the fact that the Telea Magica is fake.
Yeah, we present this either...
Yeah, the Famalia gem is fake.
I hope that we get this right.
Save?
Yeah.
I think it's right, but, you know, it's always good.
Objection!
Life is safe. There's something you don't seem to understand here, Mr. Emeer. The Famalia gem in this witch's scepter is a fake. The gem is useless.
Just like this buffoon's testimony. What?
Therefore, your testimony doesn't hold water.
Just like anything else he says. Puh. What?
Ignored and scorned without credibility, will majestic Emeer now show humility?
What, Frank? You should have listened to the trial more carefully.
Oh no, Barnum and Phoenix are agreeing. The slow burns progressing.
Now that has been dealt with, Inquisitor Barnum. This witch's scepter was not discovered at the crime scene when Sir Belduc was murdered, is that correct? Indeed, we deduced that Famalia must have been used, however.
Objection!
Just gotta say, if Barnum's also gonna be in a relationship with Phoenix, I feel like Phoenix is just starting a harem.
A little bit.
A little bit. Anyway.
Cringe guy gets harem. It's really funny.
But that Famalia magic gem was a fake. That much has been demonstrated today. What's more, as we've learned from Cracker the Parrot's testimony, the witch used the spell Gador. The fact that there's a green wall at the crime scene corroborates that.
Objection!
That wall may well not have been painted green 3 months ago. Besides, no one could have passed through a portal so small. To be honest, I've started wondering. Were Sir Layton's and Sir Belduc's murders actually committed by the same witch?
Objection!
Your Honor, I'd like to remind you that was the Inquisition's claim. He's right, though. It's gotta be the same culprit in both cases. And at the very least, it's possible that the witch used the spell Gador to commit Sir Belduc's murder.
What? In that case, I will ask the defense to show us proof. Do you have proof that the witch could have used Gador to kill Sir Belduc? Or in one life, I have not any chances.
Sure. Oh, yeah, it's the yeah, it's this, right? Because yeah. There we go.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Cuz there's green in the that was sketched at the trial, right? Or the other trial. Or at the crime
It
scene. I don't know.
was, yeah.
So there's green yeah, could have used Ghidorah to kill Sir Belduke. Yeah.
Take that!
I'd like you to take a look at these.
Aren't those the court illustrator's sketches?
As you can see from this sketch, the victim was seated at his desk when he was murdered. And what can you see right behind the victim?
A small landscape painting.
Thank you, Inquisitor, but there's one more point of note. Look closely at the painting. Do you notice anything behind it?
Oh, I see it. The wall behind it had already been painted green. Which means the witch could have used the portal spell there 3 months ago.
Objection!
One moment, my lord. Consider how small that portal would have been. Could a witch have passed through it? I think not.
Objection!
Of course, the witch would not be able to go right through it. However, if you look at the distance between the portal and the victim, you'll notice that the victim, Sir Belduke, was sitting just an arm's length from where the portal would have been. The witch did not have to enter the room at all. All she had to do was reach through with her arms in order to strangle Sir Belduke, who was sitting right under the painting.
It is a twink-sized portal, objectively.
It is a twink-sized portal, yeah.
Order! Inquisitor Barnum, what say you to that? A fascinating theory, Sir Blue Knight. But there is a notable contradiction within it.
Where would that be?
Tell me, why do you think we concluded that Famalia had to have been used? We had a certain reason for it, of course. And what was that reason exactly? The crime scene had been tampered with.
How so?
Imagine the circumstances of Sir Belduke's death, and it should become obvious even to you. The victim was choked to death. And yet there were no signs of a struggle. Highly improbable, don't you think?
What are you getting at?
Think about it. Can you imagine anyone just sitting back and letting themselves be strangled? Clearly there should be evidence of a struggle. And since we haven't found any, that must mean the killer erased all traces of a fight from the crime scene.
Barnum has never heard of a choking kink.
Uh-huh. Indeed, that would be the logical conclusion. Now, surely it would be impossible to do any such thing had the witch only reached inside through a portal. In order to cover up the evidence she left behind, the witch had to have used a familiar. Without doing so, there would have been no point in her using the spell Ghidorah.
Objection!
Miss Grey Earl could have done it. She might have been able to tamper with the crime scene.
Something Phoenix teaches choking.
Yes, thank you. I was
I'll
waiting
show
for the
you
right
what it's
opportunity.
like to be choked and like it. What are you talking about?
The morning of the crime. I can show you then. From the time Miss Grey Earl and that guy entered the study, until the arrival of the Knights of the Inquisition, there was a window of time in which she had the opportunity to do so. We need to look into what happened in that window.
It seems we may be in need of another testimony. Witnesses testify about what happened in the time between the body being found and the Knights of the Inquisition arriving. Sure thing! Ask me anything! I'll tell you all you need to know!
Oh, glorious Emeer, tell us more. Maybe you won't be laughed at as before. Only 2 people access the crime scene on that time, Grey Earl and Emeer. Believe it or not, Emeer is the key witness in this case. Sigh.
I broke down the door, saw the alchemist slumped in his chair. Gave me a jolt. But hurried to call the Knights of the Inquisition. He never entered the study. What did I do then? Oh yeah, I was asked to keep an eye on things. So I went in to have a bit of a look at everything. All that made me pretty jealous, eh? So, went and took a little nap on the couch.
Wait, what? Mr. Emeer, you said the butler didn't enter the crime scene?
Yep, never set foot in there. Moment he saw Beldu, told me to stand guard till the Knights of the Inquisition arrived. And then off he went. What a resourceful apprentice the alchemist has, I thought to myself. I almost feel sorry for you, Sir Blue Knight. After all, your suspect couldn't have tampered with the crime scene.
That can't be true.
Defense, please proceed with the interrogation.
Yes, Your Honor.
He literally said he took a nap, though.
Yeah.
I'm going right to press on that.
Yeah.
Hold it!
You took a nap in a room where a man had been murdered with the body still in there.
Why so surprised, Bluey? 9 a.m. You still have to sleep at that point. I suppose maybe all the merrymaking the night before added to that as well.
An infamous celebrity known to all inns. Emeer makes merry like a young prince.
So yeah, I was kind of overcome with drowsiness. Nothing else I could do but goes to sleep, right? When the butler returned, accompanied by the 2 knights, he was supposedly sleeping noisily on the victim's couch.
You mean he was snoring?
Apparently, he was grinding his teeth.
Ugh, shouldn't have asked. But then, anyone could have tampered with the crime scene when Mr. Emeer was asleep, right? Good catch, Luke.
Anyway, I barely got a wink of sleep when those nights arrived. And my teeth grinded as sort of a paralyzing effect on people, so I've been told. So even if someone had come in, I don't think they've been able to do much.
Right. Grey Earl didn't set foot in the study. But then that would mean it wasn't feasible for her to have tampered with the evidence at the crime scene. If that's the case, I guess we'd better look at other possibilities. Right, Mr. Wright? Yeah, unfortunately it all hinges on Emeer's testimony. But who knows what that guy might say next. I'd better treat him with extra care.
Alright, we'll go press on the rest.
Cross-examining him is like walking through a field of landmines. He just might be more dangerous than Barnum. Let's gently press him into giving us some more information. I'll be as gentle as a lamb to make sure I don't get his goat. That seems important, yeah. Before you smashed the door, did you check that it was really locked?
Course I did. We tried to get it open without resorting to brute force, but it wouldn't budge. So I went and fetched me lovely little axe.
His wooden enemy stood tall and still, yet Emeer sprang forth. It was overkill.
Huh. Did you think I lied about the door being locked?
No, of course not. Boy, she's so sharp she might cut herself. Or me. Most likely me.
So then I went inside, the alchemist was slumped in his chair. While we're at it, let me confirm something. When you entered the room, did the victim look the way he does in the sketch? Yep, that's it! Spot on. Nicely drawn, too. You know, at first, I didn't know if he's really dead. He looked like
Nope.
he just passed out or something, tired from his research.
Hang on!
I thought you were doing it in a Grey Earl voice. Miss Grey Earl, may I ask you something?
Yes, what is it?
What do you think about Mr. Emeer's testimony?
There's nothing amiss. However, Mr. Wright, I can tell what you are thinking.
You and everybody. You can? Well, let's see if you're right.
When he entered the room, Mr. Emeer didn't notice that Master Belduke was dead. On the other hand, I ran straight away to call the Knights of the Inquisition. And so, you suspect that I knew beforehand that Master was dead. That's what you're thinking. Your face is like an open book.
But isn't that what actually happened?
No, I knew something was wrong, because Master had very fine manners and would never sleep in his chair. When I saw him like that, I was struck with a very bad realization. I felt certain that something terrible had happened.
If I had heard about you, the word is that you're very collected and perceptive. It would seem to be the case.
It would be more appropriate to call her calculating.
Hey, somehow I feel like you're not paying me enough attention here. Listen. That matters not, witness. Let us proceed with the cross-examination. Matters not, eh? No need to be so rude about it.
Wow, aren't we all so happy Emeer is here?
He's my guy.
Hold it!
That's my guy.
Do you like Emeer?
I have fun voicing him.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
Emeer seems fun to voice, but yeah.
No, he's awful.
Yeah. Are you sure the butler didn't enter the crime scene?
But he is gay, which makes me like him.
This is... Yep.
What do you mean? No straight man is like, I need this extremely flamboyant gay bard to follow me
No,
around.
you're right. I didn't say no. I was just... I enjoy the conclusion.
Sorry, I cut your line. I apologize.
Damn. Well,
Guess
that's
we'll
just the
never know.
way.
Yeah, like I said, he ain't set foot in that room. I went in and sort of didn't know what to do, but sussed out the situation in the blink of an eye. He told me, stand guard. Then he ran out.
She went to call the Knights of the Inquisition. Is that correct?
That's correct. I went to the nearby garrison.
We have the records of when the crime was reported. They match the witness's testimony.
I returned to Master Belduke's house with 2 knights. They began an investigation immediately, taking away Master's research materials and concoctions. And I wasn't able to enter that room that day.
There can be no doubt about it. As she is the alchemist's
Come on,
apprentice, she was under close observation following the incident.
I wasn't aware of that.
So, in the end, you didn't have access to the crime scene at all on that day, huh? By the way, what were you doing at that time?
Oh, what, me?
Hold it!
What were you having a look at?
Well, I was asked to take care of the crime scene, wasn't I? So I had to, like, make sure everything was in order. I mean, you know. Okay, fine. It's not like I went wild with excitement after being left in the alchemist room full of mysterious stuff.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you didn't, Mr. Sticky Fingers.
Besides,
Besides,
she asked me to look for something, so I was doing that too.
Hang on!
Miss Grey Earl, you look lost in thought.
Oh, were you talking to me?
Even she can be caught off guard, but choose the right moment. You have been listening to Mr. Emeer's testimony, haven't you? Hey, Ree.
Hey, Ree.
Yes, I have.
He was asked to look for something. It was you who asked him, I assume?
Update Ree. The twink butler from last time is a woman, and the game was very normal about it.
Yeah, the game was so normal about it. What did you tell him to look for?
Luke has stopped being misogynist. He's on our side again.
Yeah, yeah, it fluctuates. It depends. It depends on the day.
Uh-huh.
I think you're mistaken. I don't remember making any request of that sort.
Huh?
Oi, Bluey! Were you even listening to what I said? It was a lady that asked me. The butler is a guy, you know.
Fuck. The game continuing to be super normal about it.
Okay. Objectively, the idea that Emeer has not noticed yet, and it's just
Yeah, no, this tracks.
I love Emeer. I'm now an
Emeer
Emeer
being
defender.
like, what?
I'm
What?
now
He
an
just
Emeer
took his
defender
hair
for being
out.
Like, listen, he said he's a boy, so he's a boy.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
I'm
heard
with
any
you.
updated pronouns or nothing, so I'm gonna keep going with he, him. Now, if he wants to...
Haven't heard any updated pronouns because he hasn't been listening to anybody.
Exactly. I think
Exactly.
it's really funny. Extremely funny. Amir's
Yeah.
being trans-affirming. He's just stupid.
Just stupid. And you know what? Relatable. Oh.
Hey, what's up? Why is everyone looking at me like that?
Quite a while ago, we learned that the butler, Jean Grey Earl, is actually Famale, my favorite Dorito flavor. That's why, when you said a lady asked you to search for something, we assumed it was Miss Grey Earl.
What?
Daydreaming, listening, but not hearing. That look of shock is almost endearing.
What the? Why didn't anyone tell me before? To require a personal notification, you should have been listening to the trial. Knights of the court squabbling with the witnesses most unseemly. What I would like to know now is this. Who was the lady that made the request of Emeer?
Darkclaw, right?
Oh yeah, that was actually, Miss...
Oh no.
He's certainly talking about me.
Oh, and you are?
Oh, I'm Letty. Hang on a minute. I'll get down that post haste.
I think this was you.
Yeah, I don't remember what voice I gave this character, but I
Just-
guess I got a voice,
But,
so that's the voice I'm
Miss
doing.
Letty, who are you precisely?
We didn't have the witnesses
Am
on
I?
this.
I'm Letty Mailer. I'm the courier.
Hey, that's Letty Mailer.
Mm-hmm. The courier. The courier?
This when the Canadian government forces Canada Post workers to stop striking. This is who they're forcing.
Yeah. And they say, Letty Mailer. A courier is a person who collects and delivers letters or packages.
I thought this was Luke in a costume. So true.
I know. Thanks anyways, Isfella. I wish she'd stop misreading my mind.
Hold on, Miss Mailer. Do you mean it was you who irresponsibly made such a request to that troublemaker?
Me? Maybe. Yes, I guess so. I asked him to help find something.
It sounds like Luke. You're doing a little bit of a Luke. That's funny.
It is a... Okay, alright.
No,
need to
I
find
like
something
it.
else.
I think you're fine.
I think I need high energy Luke is what I'm going for.
Yeah. Outrageous. Why was I not informed of this?
I guess no one told you. Maybe because he didn't ask.
Luke.
Luke, if you will.
It seems we will need to ask you to testify, Miss Mailer. Explain to us how you were involved in this case.
Frankly, I wouldn't say I was involved in anything. Now that I'm in the tight spot, I bet it's because that guy had said something weird about me.
Ease up on me, lady. Well, like the saying goes, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. Beats being in a pickle on
I love the commitment to the gulps.
Now then, Miss Letty Mailer, testify about that day.
Alright. That voice could make windows shatter. Is this new?
This is new.
Oh yeah, Sir Belduke said he'd have a letter to send, so I came by to pick it up.
So now we know there was a third witness.
But Miss Mailer only came to pick up a letter. That doesn't help us much, does it? Well, perhaps there's more to it than meets the eye.
A letter, huh? Belduke was about to send a letter to someone before he was killed. It may not be relevant to this case, but something about that is bothering me. Maybe it's worth asking Letty about it.
So we'll press, and then we know that it's going to be the letter that we're presenting.
Yeah, you're right. Do we even need to press?
Now we're pressing. They throw curveballs in this game. Remember?
Yeah,
Claire?
that's true. You mean you came to pick up a letter from Sir Belduke?
Yes, I was told by Sir Belduke that it'd be ready in the morning. What's more, he said it was extremely important. I felt a sense of duty surging within me.
Hang on!
Miss Grey Earl, I have a question.
Yes, what is it?
Did anything catch your attention during Miss Mailer's statement?
Nothing in particular, and at any rate, to begin with, I was not aware of the fact that the courier visited us that day.
Oh, that's right. You weren't there when I arrived. And once I found the letter, I left immediately.
Did you know about this letter, witness?
I would never pry into Master's personal matters, such as his correspondence.
Well, that should conclude the testimony. Oh, am I going a little too quiet? Okay.
I did kind of notice that in the previous
That's good.
fight. Right, okay, this is all the same.
So should we just ask her and not...
Yeah, and then
switch over?
stick with, yeah.
Stick with, yeah, I think so.
Hold it!
Yeah.
Yes! More! Extremely important!
And so you visited Sir Belduke's dwelling the morning after he was murdered.
I got a start when I arrived. The door was smashed in and that man was walking around with an axe. Rummaging around.
Sorry, sometimes the red is just hard to read.
Fair.
As for Sir Belduke, he was dumped in his chair and the butler was nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be found. That brute's gone too far, I thought to myself. You can see why, right?
Of course.
Naturally. In your place, I'd have thought so myself. That's mean.
Anyway, I spoke with him and he told me what happened. So that's when I asked him to help me.
You asked him to look for something.
Yes, the letter. I asked him to search for the letter. But in the end, the guy passed out on the couch. I found the letter myself, then I delivered it.
You actually delivered the letter? That's commitment, all right.
About that letter, who in the name of the noble author was it addressed to?
I can't tell you that, sorry. Couriers can't disclose that sort of info.
Couriers have a confidentiality obligation. No one wants to have the addressees of their letters made public after all. I personally never sent a letter that I would need to keep secret from the public.
Oh my god. Barnum.
Don't look at me like that! I was talking about public opinion on the matter, not my own.
Belduke was about to send an important letter when he was killed. That letter, kind of rings a bell. Nope, no idea. It's just a hunch, and it might not have anything to do with this case, but I need to make sure. I need to know more about Belduke's letter. Witness?
Huh? Me? What's up?
The letter Sir Belduke asked you to deliver on that day, was it this giant golden statue of
That's
of the
certainly...
professor?
Take that!
The letter you found that morning, was it by any chance this one here?
Oh, yes, that's the one. But wait, how did you get it? You're a piece of work, all right.
Objection!
Hold it, Sir Blue Knight! How did you come by that letter?
It just sort of fell into my lap, so to speak. It was the professor who found it, but he doesn't need to know that.
Actually, chain of evidence of possession of evidence is actually super important, so he 100% needs to know that. Like,
Phoenix is not a good lawyer.
but this is like basic legal shit. Like, any
Yeah.
evidence introduced, you need to have the chain. of who possessed it.
You don't need to do any of that shit in a Phoenix Wright game. You just be like, I have a thing. Also, I intentionally withheld this until halfway through.
Oh. Defender,
objection.
just what in the world are the contents of that letter?
Well, the letter's blank.
What? All this fuss over a blank letter.
As you can see, there are some sheets of parchment inside the envelope.
Indeed, there's not a trace of ink on them. What is the meaning of this? Don't forget that Sir Belduke was an alchemist. He may have used some kind of invisible ink to write that letter.
About that, it doesn't make sense to me.
What?
Miss Mailer?
The thing is, when I saw that letter, all the pages were full of writing, so you know.
Objection!
Hold it, witness! Saw the contents of Sir Belduke's letter?
I didn't read it. It's just that, you see,
Witness, this is an important matter. You will need to testify about it. Tell us what you know about this letter.
that night, probably about 1 a.m., I made a delivery to Sir Belduke. He was writing a letter at the time. It'll be ready soon, so come pick it up tomorrow morning. That's what he said. I left his study and wished the butler a good night, and I went home. I went there again in the next morning, as promised. Sir Belduke was, well, anyway, I looked for the letter. Then, that guy went out like a light on the couch. I got a little scared, so I left as soon as I found the letter.
I see. So you witnessed the victim write the letter?
I wouldn't say witnessed. That sounds so legal. The sheets of parchment were on his desk, though. I saw that. And they were covered in writing. Margin to margin.
But you don't know what the letter was about?
Telling you would be a breach of our privacy policy. Please check the terms and conditions. I can't reveal its contents or who it was addressed to. Did you even read the agreement?
Oh,
You
of
just click
course,
right
I
through it.
understand.
Frankly, I didn't get close enough to Sir Belduke's desk, so I couldn't make out what he was writing.
In any case, where did you find the letter the morning after the victim was found dead?
On a shelf, next to his desk in a small letterbox. Oh, yes, right there, next to his head. It was a teeny little bit scared. I was a teeny little bit scared, though, coming so close to a dead man.
Aha! She would have had to walk around to get the letter and would have left footprints in the powder, so the powder came after.
Ah. You're already 10 steps ahead. So that's where she took the letter from. It was right next to the corpse, huh?
Now that the circumstances are clear, we shall proceed to the cross-examination.
Are you gonna be able to remember that?
Yes, because I'm about to press on it.
This
Oh. Sorry, I'm just gonna punch through
wait,
this
is
so I
this
can go.
new?
Sorry, I know it's new, but we will get to it again, I'm sure.
Okay.
In fact, we're about to get to it because I'm about to.
Gotta go to bed. I gotta watch my sleep schedule. I'm flying to Texas to visit not my girlfriend, but on Saturday. Good night. Night. Wait, is this the risky text person?
Wait, is this the risky text?
Is this the
Ree, I
risky
need
text?
to know. Ree, before you go to
Ree,
sleep,
please,
is this the
before-
risky
please,
text?
please.
Is this the risky text?
Please, I hope you haven't left already.
If you have, that's okay. But we wish
It's
you
okay.
all the best.
I just want the lore.
I want the lore, though. I need the lore.
The lore dropped last time.
Good
We
night,
need the
Ree.
update. Night, Ree.
That was someone different.
No,
but
that
the
was
risky
someone
text
different,
was
but the risky.
successful.
Yeah, let's go.
Woo! Oh, well, have fun in Texas. As they say in Texas. Yeehaw.
Everything's bigger.
So
Yeah,
true.
they say that too.
Have a good night. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna press. I should just press an order.
We might need to call it soon, though.
We might need to call it. Should we call it and then come back here?
This is what I was thinking, and this is why I'm like, are you gonna remember what the conclusion you just drew?
I'm gonna make a note somewhere.
Okay. You can just
Somewhere
send it
I'm
in
gonna
our
make a
chat. Just send
note.
it in our chat. Yeah, just send it in the chat.
I'll put it in the chat somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna probably call it here. Not probably.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it here. We'll be taking next week off, of course. We might be back the next week on the 2nd, or we will be back on the 9th otherwise.
We will have to play it by ear, see how the holidays go. Go from there.
Yeah. But
Thanks, folks.
otherwise,
Happy holidays and happy new year. So it'll be the new year, regardless of when we start up again. Lovely to hang out, to see.
My New Year's resolution is to become more of a misogynist, just like the professor.
My New Year's resolution is to kill you, Luke.
See you try, Maya. No, really, I would like that.
Excellent.
purple.
Purple. And with that, everybody, and with that, I wish everyone a good night and a good purple.